Hey guys, we got another video request. You'll have to bear with me as I don't really like doing intros. This one was a little bit more vague, but really fun to do because I was able to try something new. The video request was to do it about something that really piqued my interest in the game lately. So I thought of it for a little bit and then remembered how bad I was at fishing in the beginning. And not to call anybody out, but I know a few people skip fishing altogether. So that led me to think, well, what if I could get to the Mastery Cave without ever actually catching a fish? So there you go, that's gonna be my challenge. I'm gonna get all of my professions to level 10 because there is other ways you can get your fishing XP up, and I'll go over that later. Plus, I see the Riverland Farm get a lot of hate, and so I wanted to, help redeem it a little bit because I think it's really underrated. But anyway, another reason is because I realized that you could get 8 free fish smokers right at the beginning. If you go into the options, you can do starting cabins and do 7 of them, so you have 8 total, your own and then 7 more. I always do this anyway because I think it's a great way to get just free storage and more TVs so you can put them in different areas. And with this farm specifically, you get a fish smoker with each of the cabins. It's something that was more recently added and will help you get more money in the beginning of the game. So I'm going to play this game as I normally would, of course, except for the catching actual fish, and try to get all of my professions up relatively around the same time. I'm not going to show you everything because some of it does get a little bit repetitive, but I'm going to do some check-ins as I go along so you can see my progress, and I'll go over some more like beginner tips or just things that took me forever to figure out. But as far as the rules of the challenge, no mods of course, and then just no actual catching fish. And I think just those parameters. I don't think I necessarily want to speed run because I do want to keep it light and fun. But yeah, I mean, try to do it relatively quickly. The goal is always to try to get as much done in the first year. I think is kind of a common thing to do. I don't know if I'll be able to get all the way to mastery. Plus, there will be days that I play this when I'm tired, and I don't think I'm going to be the most effective player, which is okay. Oh, yeah, and I am just realizing that I will have to catch one fish to get past the tutorial after getting the fishing rod, but that should be fine. There is other places that I can get fish, like ghosts drop ghost fish every once in a while, and sometimes you can find them in the trash, or if I get my pet to max hearts, I could get fish from them. So to start off, my plan is to catch as much trash as I can. Catching trash gives you 3 XP, and so from there I will get to level 3, and then I should be able to craft crab pots. And once I can craft those, I'll be able to get 5 XP every day from collecting, whether it's trash or fish. And then lastly, I can also get it from fish ponds. Once I get enough money and the ingredients saved up, I will buy fish ponds as often as I can because collecting the roe and also doing the fish quest is another way to get that up. So I'm just gonna go around and do my, first day farm running around, say hi to everyone, look for forageables and cut down trees. Cutting down trees gives you 14 XP, and that's probably the fastest way to get foraging up. And after I got done collecting all the forageables and cutting down a few trees, I went back into town and just said hi and introduced myself to everybody. There wasn't that much to do on the first day, so I headed back to the farm and I was curious to make sure that there was a fish smoker in every cabin. And it looks like there is. I honestly should have done a little bit more cleanup before leaving, but and about this time I thought it was time to make a chest because I always forget when I start a new game how limited your inventory is. So that's one of the first things, to empty everything out. And you'll also notice I run around in circles a lot. Like you'll see me leave and come back a few times. I do this in real life too, so keep that in mind. I'm not the most efficient player at all times. That's what I love about this game. You should be able to just have fun and play at your own pace. But yeah, I was on my way somewhere and then turned back around and decided that I wanted to plant the mixed seeds before leaving. And after I did all my chores, I went down to the saloon to say hi to everyone that I had missed during the day. Although there wasn't that many people, but that's okay. And that's gonna be pretty much it for the night. I already went up a level in foraging and I sold some sap and a wild horseradish. I normally don't sell everything right away because you do need to keep a lot of your stuff, but when it came to sap in all my games later on, I always had a ton of it, so I'm gonna keep a few and sell the rest of it. And normally you would check your TV before leaving, but I'm horrible at doing that. I was mostly excited to go get the fishing rod because I really needed that. Typically on a normal farm, I think you get it on the 5th day, but I'm guessing since this is the Riverland Farm, you get it the next day, which is pretty cool. You get a little head start. I try to head into town at least every day to check the bulletin. Yeah, always check the trash cans, but make sure no one's around. But we're gonna head to Pierre's and, ooh, yeah, buy some more things. I'm gonna sell off more sap so I have room and so I can buy more. Pretty much gonna use all the money to get some potatoes going. I like doing potatoes because they sell for a pretty good amount when you put them in the preserves, but sometimes you get a double harvest. I'm gonna say hi to a few other people that I missed yesterday and then we'll go to Willie's. It looks like I'm stalking a child right now, but I'm looking up if she likes it. I don't think so. Penny does, so I'm gonna go find her. And in here in the museum, if you haven't played before, it's a really good place to get hints as far as a lot of things in the game. But yeah, definitely a good place to start, and when you dig them up, when you see the little artifact spots, and you get new ones, and then you can go read them. Alright, I'm gonna go give this one to Penny, and then I should be able to get the other one. I think that was a neutral response. That's okay. Alright, I finally made it to Willie's. And he's the one that gives you your fishing rod, and it's like a beginner fishing rod, but you can upgrade it at his shop. Or you can buy a more upgraded one at his shop. But I'm not going to because this should get me more trash. And it's gonna be really hard because usually when I see those bubbles I get excited, but now I have to avoid them. So that'll be interesting. And after getting my fishing rod, I went back home so I could empty my inventory, put down some things, and plant the potato seeds. After I did that, I ran around and I wasted a bunch of time. Went all the way to Robin's and then realized that it was Tuesday. She's closed on Tuesdays. You can sometimes wait and get her before or on her way out and back in from her house, but I didn't want to do that, so I went back home to try to fish. So this is me realizing that I would have to catch a fish because if not, I wouldn't be able to catch trout either. Yeah, it took me a few tries and I thought I could keep canceling that and then eventually get trashed, but I kind of realized that I'd have to do the one and then after that you have a chance because your first catch is always guaranteed. I have seen some people hold out and they'll wait until they get like a legendary as their first. Well, they might have patched that out, not thinking about it. Maybe I should look it up. But anyway, this was kind of the rest of the day. I just sat and tried to catch trash. Very relaxing. Very relaxing, for sure. Sorry, I wanted to look that up. No, they did patch that. So legendary fish can no longer be selected for the first catch tutorial. That makes me sad. I thought it was a cool workaround, but... so no, you cannot. Just catch the first one and get it over with, and then you can fish trash. Although honestly, if you're not doing a challenge like I am, even if you hate fishing, there's a few fish that you can catch that are just ridiculously easy. And I mean, from somebody that was horrible at fishing, I could even catch these at first, so. And there's a few ways you can do it. Getting the advanced rod, you can place one tackle, and at that point you can get like a sonar bobber, for example, which will show you what fish are on the line, and then you can kind of have a little list of the easiest fish to catch and make sure you're only catching those. Or you can do something like the cork bobber, which makes the fishing bar a little bit bigger, so you don't have to move it as much because it is bigger. And yeah, things like food buffs and bait. If you befriend Linus, he gives you a recipe for the deluxe bait, and that one makes your fishing bar bigger too. So if you had that bait and the cork bobber, it would be pretty big. And then on top of it, if you ate something that had a fishing buff, you'd be set. And that was the end of day 2. And so far, we are very slow. But hey, that's okay. That's what makes it a challenge. Hey, I finally remembered to check the fortune. Now, mostly, I'm kind of waiting until I can unlock the mine so I can get in there and make it to floor 20, basically. Once I get to there, it'll be a little bit easier to get trash because here on the farm, I'm catching quite a bit of fish. But it was nice. It was relaxing, and listening to the rain made the time go by. And yeah, after that, I decided to run into town to check the calendar and the bulletin board. Ooh, looks like there's a task. Of course, it's a fishing task. That is one thing I'm going to be a little bit sad about, is I think these are going to be a lot of fishing related tasks. Oh, and I found a fruit snack. That will come in handy in a few forageables. And in case you didn't know, as far as forageables, they'll kind of stay throughout the week, and then I think it's Sunday that they reset. So just Sunday, make sure to go around and collect them. And I think I'm going to try my luck here. My only worry is that there's a little secret gift thing that you can get from here. And I think it's one of those where you'll keep getting it over and over, so it might not be the best place to look for trash, but we'll see. Okay, and I did that for a few hours and got a few pieces of trash, headed back home because my inventory is completely full. And since I didn't use up all my energy fishing, I'm just going to cut down some trees before figuring out what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. And after emptying my inventory for quite a bit, I put another chest out front. Since I don't have any lightning rods, I don't want to put too many things outside of the house because they can get hit by lightning and you do lose out on them. And I fished for the rest of the day, and this was my total at the end of it. Slow but steady. And day 4 is going to be a lot of the same thing. I'm going to water the crops and try to fish as much trash as possible. Tomorrow we should be able to go to the mine, so we'll have a little bit more to do. And I did that for a little bit and then headed up to the mountain. I found some carrot seeds and then a leek, and then I headed to Robin because I wanted to try a theory out. So remember how I showed you that all of the cabins had a fish smoker in them? Well, I'm going to build another cabin and see if I get another fish smoker. Because if my theory is correct, then we can get fish smokers for 100 apiece. Only on the Riverland Farm. But still, it's instant, so we'll go check and see. Okay, I'm really excited to see. Of course, all the trees are here. And there you go. So that's pretty neat. So I feel like the Riverland Farm gets a lot of hate. But now it's broken. You can get a fish smoker for 100 gold. And in the beginning, you can start with 8 of them. Alright, mind blown. That makes me so happy for the Riverland Farm because I've really gotten to enjoy it as I've been playing. And I think we're just gonna finish this day out and we'll wrap that up for part 1, and then we're gonna do a few more parts till I reach mastery. So I'll be checking back in and playing as much as possible. This took a lot longer than intended just because I couldn't devote as much time as I wanted to it. Life got a little bit crazy and I've been working more hours, but it's been nice to do this at the end of the days when I have time and just relax and unwind. It's still one of my favorite things to do, and I'm going to keep coming out with more Let's Plays similar to this one. Someone requested a video specifically of Let's Plays, so I'm gonna play the rest of this farm out, and then I'd also like to try other farms, and I think I want to do mods and stuff like that as well. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you so much, and let me know if you want any specific videos, and I can't wait to make the next one. Okay, goodbye or good night.